All right, cool. We are live. There we go. Cool. Hope you guys like the interesting new background. I had to change the studio a little bit. If you guys are live here right now, drop a heart. Let me see how many people are on live. A lot of you guys hit the reminder button actually. So I'm actually really keen to see how many people are going to show up. But I know that there's always a lag, so I'm going to give you guys like probably a minute or so while I do my stuff. If you guys are here, hit the like button, hit the hearts. Yes, give us lots of love so that I know that you guys are watching. There we go. I've got some people watching me. That's amazing, as always. All right. So today we got a really special episode. We got 4 people. Asher, you're online. What's up, man? Hey, Kevin, what's up? How you doing, dude? Hey, Joyce. Nice to see you online. There we go. We've got Stefan's online. There we go. We've got quite a few people online, man. This is really cool. Okay. Let me just go and set everything up. As you guys know how this is like. There we go. Okay. All right. Okay, let's get the show on the road. We've got about 6 people online, and today I've got a really special guest. Now I'm hiding him backstage actually right now, so I can see him backstage. He's really raring to go, and I think today's topic is going to be really useful for each and every one of you guys here who is tuning in, because of the fact that, let's face it, you and I, we have just entered what we call the new norm, right? So people are going to change in the way they actually behave. Consumer behaviors are going to change. Now, all of you guys who are watching right now, if you have things that you are promoting, if you have things that you're marketing, you have things that you're selling, especially online, offline, wherever it is, today's guest, he's going to run you through, okay, the art of persuasion. Now, he's developed this really amazing technique, okay, called profit speaking. Now, when I spoke to him a few days ago, I was like, wow, bro, this is really something unique, because of the fact that I've never heard, like I've heard public speaking, I've heard like a lot of different kinds of speaking, like platform speaking, so on and so forth. And then he comes out and he says, no, I've got profit speaking. I'm like, okay, I mean, tell me more, because of the fact, you put profit and speaking together. These 2 topics are something that really catches my attention. And he's actually been able to really define the art of persuasion. Like, he spent the last 3 to 4 years doing loads of things online with his partners, but recently he's really honed and fine-tuned his skills in this department. So without further ado, what I'm going to do right now for the next 20 minutes or so, right? So I got about 7 people online. That's really amazing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hand the stage over to him, and he's going to take over. So I'm going to be a student just like you guys, okay? I'm going to be a student just like you guys. I'm going to be taking down notes. And guys, please, like, if you guys are online right now, do me a favor, okay? Hit that heart button one more time. Give us some love, okay? Give him some love, because the things that he took time out of his busy schedule just to come down to speak to all of us. And I was really grateful for him. Nonetheless, okay, what I want you guys to do is to have a 2-way conversation. It's not going to be a one-way street, okay? As much as he is presenting, I want you guys to engage with him as much as possible. Ask him all the questions you want. Ask me all the questions that you want, okay? And at the same time, please do take down as many notes as possible, because this guy, what he's about to share is golden, okay? I like, he's going to be putting it into a program, and the things that, what, he spoke to me, is like, bro, I'm going to do it free for you, because of the fact that this is my way of giving back, and I was really appreciative. So without further ado, all right, let's give him some more hearts. And if you guys want, you can give him a digital clap, okay? Let's bring on my good friend, Joseph. What's up, buddy?
Yo, hi everyone. Good evening, everyone. Wow, it's about 9:30 today, yeah. So I hope you all have a good dinner earlier. And today I'm very honored to be invited by Val, my good friend over here, to be able to share his Mastery in 30 series. So I'm really excited to be sharing with you. And in fact, right, I'm totally dressed for today. Yeah? So let me show you. So my t-shirt over here, rainbow t-shirt, is if you can dream it, okay, you can do it. All right. So today, this session in about 30 minutes, right, I'm actually wanting to let you know that whatever you can dream about, right, you can do it, because I start from a humble background, and I'm able to achieve many things in my life because of the consistency and the determination that I have for myself. So thank you so much, Val.
All you, man. I mean, take it away. I'm a student right now, so I'm just going to shut up and you carry on.
All right. So thank you so much. Oh, I see about 9 people over here. So more will be getting in. Yeah, thank you so much for being here. So before I start, right, maybe you can also say hi and let me know who are you. Like, I see Esther, I see Kevin, I see Joyce, I see Stephen. So thank you for being here. And, I have really prepared a lot of things where I want to share my experience with you. So I just want to say that, I'm not a guru, I'm not an expert, I'm just an action taker. So I'll be sharing with you this experience that I have, and I hope that this will be able to help you in terms of your business. So most importantly is that, well, the government has actually released the good news that circuit breaker phase 2 is opening on this Friday. Well, hi Joyce, hi Stephen. Thank you for replying. All right. So, well, coming about this good news, right? Of course, I believe the last 2 months, many of us have been trying to make things work, trying to pivot and adapt to the moving changes that we need to actually go into. So today I'll be sharing with you something that I really am very interested about. It's called profit speaking. So like what Val actually shared with you earlier, right? There is actually like public speaking, platform speaking. So what is actually profit speaking? Profit speaking, right, is a term that I call it because, right, I feel that in terms of communication, presentation, and persuasion, it is very important in terms of everyday life or even in your personal life or business life. So it's actually how you can move people into action. So today I'll be sharing with you on these two things. Yeah. So last week, Uncle Sam was actually on this Mastery in 30 series. He shared about 3P. So today, I always like to be a little bit more creative and innovative. So I was thinking that, so how can I actually go along this? So I think about, he do 3P, right? I do 2P today, all right? So if there's actually anything that you remember and can bring along, right, out of 30 minutes of my sharing, right, I want you to bring along these two things that is actually fundamental for the world of business. Okay, the first P is called position. Okay, position I'll explain to you more. Like for example, do you have the position or the authority to speak to your clients? Okay, so there is actually more on campus into the positioning where I'll share a little bit more in a while. And second P is known as permission. All right. So the permission where where your target audience or your receiver or your clients, do they give you the permission to speak to them? Or do you have the permission, right, to be actually sharing your experience with them or to sharing the kind of system or solution for the problems they are facing? So business is all about talking about, the problems they are facing and also the solution that you can propose for them. So today I'll be covering these two P in a series of stories and a series of experiences that I actually encountered in my personal life or professional life. So thank you. Wow, I see more and more people. Yeah, Beatrice, Daniel, hi. Wow, there are 16, 17 people over here. So, well, I just want to touch on this thing is that, like through the era, right, or through this age that things are actually moving in terms of communication. Last week during one of my Facebook Live, right, I do share about this. So, many of you, right, who are in their 30s, okay, or even 40s, right, you may have heard of this thing called a cassette tape or video tape, right? If you have heard of this, please key in yes. Let me see who are in that era, okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say yes.
Wow, okay. So, yes, correct.
How many
Let's
do we have? Let's
see
see.
how many people of that era one is over here, yeah? So if you heard of cassette tapes or video tapes, please key in yes.
Oh, come on, guys! Don't be shy. Just key it in, man. Don't leave me hanging here. Okay, there we go. Okay, cool.
Wow, nice. Daniel, Stephen, oh, nice. Great. Oh, so the rest are very young, is it? Okay, no problem. I give you a chance. Yeah, move on to the next one. Okay, the next one is after the cassette tape or the video tapes, right? You will know something called a VCD, right? VCD, a round shaped thing. Okay, so how many people are from the VCD era? Please key in yes. Thank you. Yeah. Hey, really or not? Really, only 3 people are from that era. Don't anyhow.
I'm sure.
Wow.
Wow, man.
Wow, man. Yeah. Fantastic.
Respect.
Respect. Yes. So I remember last time, when the cassette tape got stuck, right? I have to put in a pen and turn to make sure that the tape are going into the thing. So we are from that era, yeah. Although I look very young. Okay. So thank you so much for responding, Stephen. Wow, what man. Yeah. So you see, after the cassette tape, video tape, right, we have actually moved on to VCD, and then we actually move on to DVD and Blu-ray and so on and so forth. So now, right, if you're asking people, hey, do you still are using DVD or you're using Blu-ray? People say, hey, are you from dinosaur age? People are using Spotify, people are using Netflix, people are watching YouTube, right? They're spending more time on that rather than on TV. So if you are still at that age, right, people will say that, hey, are you from dinosaur age? So today, right, similarly is that communication, persuasion, right, is always the same. Okay, so if you are talking about the strategy, right, it's the same. However, tactics change. Tactics means, you know, like the different kind of vehicles, the different kind of platforms. So today I want to stress with you on certain things that, you know, it doesn't change. That means the strategy and the fundamentals. So again, everything that I share today, right, will want to relate back to the 2P I share with you. So if you can remember what I shared with you, the 2P, right, can someone type into the comment section to share me what are the 2Ps that I shared about earlier?
Jang jang. Let's see if you guys are listening. I think let's see. Do we have anybody who got it?
Yeah. So 2P, what are the 2Ps?
I want to see who's the studious one here other than myself, because I have it down somewhere.
Yeah.
I think let's see. I think Stefan got it actually. He has one of it. Yeah, there
Position,
you go.
yes. What about the second P? What about second P?
Who remembers the second P?
Second P. Okay, it start with PER per what?
Fastest finger first. Go, 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 go. I'm horrible at this typing thing, by the way.
Come,
Just
Stefan,
so you guys
you almost got it out already, Stefan.
He's got one. He's got position. Can you go for number 2? Can you score a perfect 2? Let's see. Let's see. Normally it takes a while for it to populate. So let's see. Because I'm very sure he's watching it, and at the same time he's trying to type it out, like, you know, like, oh, replying all the messages and stuff like that. There you go. Okay. Yes. Do we have anyone? No. Not yet. Everybody.
Oh, they miss it. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Let's keep it going. Yeah. So, Vel, would you do the honor, please? What's the second P?
Sure. I think, don't kill me if I'm wrong, but I think what you're trying to get at is persuasion, right?
Permission.
Did you get permission or persuasion?
Permission.
See, I got it wrong. That means I didn't hear properly. See, even Zachary says, what? Zach Tan, right? He says persuade. There you go. So you're with me, Zach, like same team. But apparently, Joseph was saying permission. So yes.
Permission. So, all right, the first P is position. Second is permission. All right. So I'll actually carry on to share with you more about these 2P. All right. So I believe that, you know, you understand that the world is getting more and more sophisticated and people are getting more and more educated, IT savvy. So within just a click of the finger, right, they know every single thing that you are trying to share with them or tell them. Okay. So you see, you will hear things like this when you are actually trying to sell things, or when you are trying to market things, or even when you are trying to do your closing, right? Well, it's so expensive, I cannot afford it. Why should I buy this from you? I can get it from other people who are actually cheaper. You know, I don't need right now, okay, because I already use something similar. Or, you know, how can I trust you or your company? Because I only first time see you this time, right? Okay, so or I heard something bad about this product, this service, or have some bad experience previously. So these are some of the common objections that you will hear when you are trying to do marketing or selling. So today, what I'm sharing to you, right, over here is, it applies to marketing, it applies to sales, it applies to closing, because we are all using words to communicate and persuade if you are in business, all right? So you see, like a lot of things that people are actually making a mistake about when it comes to selling or closing is that, right, people sell whenever they strike a conversation with the other party or their prospects. So let's talk about this, yeah? Just imagine if I just met you, I haven't even built a rapport with you, or, you know, trust you, know you, and you start selling to me about your product, your feature, your service, right? Do you think I will be able to connect with you or buy from you? Highly unlikely, because I don't even know you. You need to connect with me first. So many people actually omit this, right? Because they are too in the mode of selling. So I just want to let you know that, like, everyone has been there before, even for myself. You know, previously, before I start doing my own business, right, I don't know anything about selling or closing. You know, to me, is that anyone that I can meet, right, which I think is a prospect, I'll say, oh, okay, so this is actually my digital marketing agency. I do this, and people don't like it because you haven't shown any value, right, for them. So that's why I talk about the position, and the permission is very important. If you have no position to talk to this person, right, or this person did not give you the permission to carry on the conversation for you to share what you have, then it won't work at all. So go back to the 2P, yeah? So I think firstly, right, a lot of things that you will start a fundamental, right, is that to build rapport, to really, probe and understand about what are some of the problems that your prospects are actually facing before you can actually, straight away assume that, oh, my product or services definitely work for you. So remember, build rapport, and then you have to probe and understand more. Of course, when it comes to the probing, right, there's actually one of my students over here, or one of this business owner, he actually shared me, said, hey, Joseph, if this person only know you for the first time, right, would this person actually tell you about, like, for example, what is the revenue like, how much is he spending in terms of the marketing spend? So my answer to him is that yes or no. Why? It depends on how you build the rapport initially. And of course, you see, when you are meeting this person, right, he already know that the objective of meeting you, right, is actually for this certain purpose. Let's say, for example, if my prospect meet me, he knows that he actually needs certain marketing services from me. So definitely, right, if I build strong enough rapport with him, he will want to actually share me more, because I'm trying the whole the whole the whole consultation or the whole sales process, right? I'm always focusing on the positioning and the permission. So if I have the position and the permission to share, right, he will want to share more with me. Because like I'm not from IRAS, yeah. You see, even if he's telling me that he earned more than 1 million, right, I won't actually ask him to, contribute more tax or go for GST register. So I'm coming in the position where I want to help. So if he can feel my sincerity and my authenticity, right, he will want to share with me more, because he know that I'm here to help. So the next one is actually to get the permission. Of course, to get the permission, right, is to build more trust and let him really know exactly that you are really there wanting the best for him in terms of like your business. So like, we can talk about the 4 main things that people are actually pursuing for. So it could be health, it could be wealth, it could be happiness, it could be fulfillment. So I believe every business, right, it definitely goes down back to these 4 fundamentals. So you have to think about, what is your business actually leading your prospects or your target audience into. Yeah, then that will actually give you a good positioning to enter into the conversation. Yeah, and of course that will lead to the permission again. So you see, a lot of people, right, they are focusing on the wrong thing. They focus on the product itself, the feature itself, and they forget that, hey, come on, I'm actually in a people's business, I'm not in a product business. So if I'm actually focusing on my product and talk about all the benefits, right, or the features, right, hey, hello, you think I'm transparent here? You should talk to me, right? So a lot of people, they are doing their pitching in a way whereby it's actually like a one way. So it's a monologue instead of a dialogue. When we are going into a mode of sharing, right? Okay, so sales or closing is always good to be a dialogue. So there's a two-way communication for you to seek the kind of feedback loop from your target audience or your prospect, so that you know exactly what are the challenges or problems that this your prospects are facing, instead of you trying to assume that, oh yeah, she want to lose weight, or she want to do this, or he want to do that. So don't make assumption, okay? At early years of my business, right, I also tend to make this grave mistake of trying to assume for my target audience. So now, right, after I've actually went through all this, right, I want to share with you some of the pitfalls that I have encountered in the past, so that you will not do the same. Yep. So very importantly is that you have to spot that there are 3 types of prospect that you will meet. All right. So the first type, okay, that's actually a very low percentage. Like people who will definitely resonate and buy from you straight away. Okay. So these people are very low in percentage. Probably, okay, if I can give a number to it, right, maybe a 20%. Okay. So there are a second group of people, right, which is actually slightly more than the first group, probably about 30%. Okay. Those people are the people who straight in your face say, no, I won't buy from you. I don't believe you. I don't believe in your products. Okay. So these are non-buyers. Don't waste time. Okay. So that's why during the prospecting phase, right, you must already identify or qualify who are the prospect, who are the suspect. So the suspect, no matter how hard you try, right, okay, the success of the chances of succeed is actually very low. So you must find the right prospect whereby you can actually know that your product or services help this person. So the third type, which is maybe about 50%, right, the balance 50%, right, okay, these are actually very crucial. They are people who are sitting on the fence. So what do I mean by people sitting on the fence? Okay, people who are worrier, they worry about everything. Okay, people who are skeptic about, I don't know you, first time see you, and people who are procrastinator. So they say, it's okay. Today, I decided not to go for this first. I'll start next week. I'll go for next month. Yeah. So I believe these are some of the common things that you will actually face in your business also. So this is actually very important, because once you are able to identify this characteristic from the prospect that you are meeting, right, you will straight away know what are the kind of objections, right, that you will be able to face. So before they raise their objection, right, you say that first. Do you know why? Because you have to position yourself, right, as someone with authority to say that I understand what you're thinking of. You may be thinking that does this work for you or not, right? So let me share with you. This work for A, B, C. So when you have more success story or testimonial, right, you will be able to be a social proof to actually prove your point and let this person be convinced that your product or your service, right, works. So you see, however, when you let this person, this prospect ask you first, right, then you will be caught off guard. That means you will be on the reacting stage. So instead of being active, right, or leading, right, you become passive and reactive. So when you answer this, he will shoot new question. When you answer this, he will shoot. Then it's continuously in a debate mode. Okay, so you don't want to land yourself into this position. This is really very crucial, mission critical. Yeah. So always know that what type of prospect are you meeting. So if of course if you can meet those prospects that straight away buy from you, best. Good. Okay. So however, if you are meeting the rest of the 50% who are mainly sitting on the fence, right, you got to find all different angles, right, or the bullets to knock them over to the yes side. So, but you see, something along this, I want to share with you an analogy that's very interesting. Okay, this is actually shared with me by one of my friends. Right, so everyone is born a salesperson. Yeah, the only difference is how convicted you are. So what do I mean by that? Okay, let me share with you. Okay, in life is either you sell them a yes or someone sell you a no. Okay, so take into consideration into this. Like for example, now you and your boyfriend or girlfriend, you are actually in a shopping mall. So just nice, right? Your girlfriend actually spotted something that she loves, be it a bag, be it actually a shoe, be it like jewelries, etc. So what will she do? She will do all her best, right, to actually sell you a yes for the boyfriend to buy things from her. So after that, right, what will the boyfriend do? Of course, the boyfriend will do whatever it takes, right, to sell her a no. Okay. So of course, I'm just putting it in a very joking manner. But in life, right, or in business, right, it's about the same. Where it's actually a battle between the energy. So you see, people love to buy things, but they don't like to be sold to. So when you are going into a sales consultation or when you are actually selling a service or product, you need to understand this. It's actually a battle between the yes and the no. So if you don't lead this person to a yes, your party will lead you to a no. So this is actually guaranteed. Wow, I see heart shape. Thank you so much. Must be something that's quite okay. All right. So yes. So you see, when you think about this, right, you will know that actually sales is something that is not difficult. Okay, everyone is born with it. It's only whether do you take it professionally or not. Even at home, right? Like earlier, the example that I shared with you is personal, right? At home also, when you're actually speaking to your parents or your siblings, right, it's also a battle in terms of the yes and no. So everyone is actually born a salesperson. So only how convicted you are. So I hope that this can actually help you to shift a little bit in terms of your mindset, all right? So you see, when you are doing the pitching and presentation, right, let's talk about services. So some of the services that involve a high amount, like maybe I'm talking about like in the thousands. Like for me, right, I'm in digital marketing, so like I'm selling high ticket services. So when you are doing pitching or presentation, right, sometimes you might forget that you sink into your own world of presentation. That means to keep sharing about your company, to share about your service, your product, etc., which I tell you, your prospect don't give a damn about at all. Okay? Because I don't care about your company. I only care about myself. Can you talk to me? Can you say to me more? So always remember, right, we are in the people business. Stop focusing on your product or stop focusing on your service. So instead of doing the pitching and the presentation in a very monologue way, right, do remember to go into discovery mode. Okay, discovery mode could be that you want to actually probe further to understand about what are some of the pain points that your prospects are actually facing. And then, of course, with the kind of desired outcome that your prospect want to do, right, then lead her to this. And of course, with your product and services, of course, if they can do it, then they will be very happy with you. Okay, so that is actually the kind of fit. So, of course, if you know that this person does not fit your criteria as your customers, right, don't try to push the product through. If not, right, they will give you bad review because it doesn't work for them. Okay, so only sell your products or services when you know it can help this person. Okay, so again, you see, finding out the things that he or she care about, right, and drill deep, right, you will be able to press the hot button to see what value you are delivering to him or her. So this is actually very mission critical, very important. And of course, when it comes into objection, right, or when you're doing objection handling, do remember, because we have different perspective and viewpoints, don't go into arguing mode. Yeah, if you argue, you'll kill the sales definitely. So respect everyone, think in a different perspective. But as a salesperson, right, or when you are doing your presentation, do remember that you are in position. You are in position of strength to be able to lead and guide this person to see in your way. That's why I keep on emphasizing, if there's two things that you need to bring along to today, right? Position and permission, very important. It will actually guide you into a lot of success in many areas in business. Okay, so you can see that, like example, earlier, if you are actually speaking to someone who are a procrastinator, right, you can actually do certain things. So like earlier I shared about, like, there are procrastinator, there are worriers, or there are people who are a little bit skeptical. Okay, you have to shift them. So let's talk about this because of the time consideration. So procrastinator is that, let's say for example, you are offering a whole suite of service for probably a few $1,000s or a few $100s, which is a little bit big to take out from the pocket at the first met of you, right? You can actually give them a taste of it. Give them some small wins. Okay, show them what does this do to them. Okay, so when they see the value, right, then of course they will don't mind to spend the kind of price. So it's all about the price versus value. Okay, price is what you get, value is what you deliver. So this is about that. And of course, when we are sharing, right, what we want to do is that we want to be able to constantly engage. So like what I'm doing now, right? So if you are actually with me now, please reply me yes, so that I know that you are with me now.
Okay, let's see how many yeses are there. I mean, I'm just
Yes.
gonna say it verbally since I'm here. we'll wait for the rest of them to type in yes. I mean, there's a little bit of a lag. I do understand because, you know, like internet and stuff like that. It happens, but that was amazing, man. Like I'm learning a lot. You know, like just sitting here listening, I'm like, okay.
Oh, my partner Brian is here. So next week he's going live with you.
Yeah. So Brian, you know what's in store for you, man. Be sure you pay close attention. Next week's
Yes.
your turn. Oh, we got a few yeses. So we got
Yes.
Daniel saying yes, Asher saying yes, Tuan saying yes, Vetrick saying yes, Vanessa saying yes.
Thank you.
Great.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. So thank you so much. So this is actually the kind of engagement that you must remember. Okay. When you are speaking to your prospects, right? Let's say, for example, face to face or over Zoom, always remember you got to seek feedback from them. If it's just a one way, right? Definitely, I can almost guarantee you that you will never be able to close that sales, because this is all you care about is yourself, not the person. So remember to seek feedback loop. Okay, the engagement is very important. And you see, when you are actually handling the kind of objections that they may have for you, right? So mainly there are three types of objections that you can handle. Okay, the first type is, does it work? So like, be it your product or your services, let's say for example, you're selling a healthcare product that, you know, give you more vibrant, or you are selling a healthcare product that actually helps you to lose weight. The first thing that people will think about, does it work? So you have to answer and identify this, right, to be able to handle this objection. And of course, I'm very sure that this will be handled at the initial stage already, because that's why people want to speak to you. And the second thing is that for more worrier, right, they will be thinking about this is that, does it work for me? That means, do I have what it takes to achieve the kind of results or success that you are talking about? So this is also important. So this is actually for people who are slightly more worrier, okay, so, or skeptical. Then you have to handle this objection. If you fail to handle the objection, right, let's say for example, with any stories, success stories or results, right, then this thing will be inside the mind and you will not be able to close the sales or shift this person because it's implanted. You need to remove it, all right? So either you remove it, okay, or you shift the beliefs from this belief to belief. So again, regardless you are in which fields, right, like for example, financial, wealth, service, product-based business, you have to think about this. This is actually very important. And the last but not least is the external kind of objection. External will be, do I have the time and the money, right, the resources to make it work for me? So like for example, when I'm actually sharing about the, let's say, healthcare, weight loss, people will be thinking that, oh, how much do I have to spend to buy, like for example, your products, your meal replacement, or how much time do I have to spend to work out in order to lose weight? So these are some of the consideration factors that people will have in their mind. So very importantly is that you have to answer all these objections. You cannot just brush it across. Once you brush it across, right, this is confirmed a no-no. You will actually lose it already, right? So remember is that the boyfriend-girlfriend analogy that I gave you, right, is that either you sell them a yes or they sell you a no. There is no neutral, yeah. If they sit on the fence, right, that means you will lose because they will have more stories in their mind that tip them over. So, you know, for someone who have the position and also the permission to be able to lead them to a close, you've got to do all, whatever it takes, right, to actually build this rapport, connection, trust, to be able to shift them to a yes. So this is actually what I will be sharing about, you know, to, if there's something that you can bring back, this is actually something that you can bring back. And one of the things that I want to share with you is that, right, when you are doing the sharing or consultation, right, a lot of, there are people, I would say a lot. There are people who will try to be too nice or be in the friendly zone, friend mode. Okay, so take this person like a friend. Oh, I understand your problem, I empathize, and then you know you got sucked into the story of this person. So when this person meet you, definitely, right, he or she has certain problems that she's encountering. So you remember, you are in a position of strength. You must be able to detach yourself from their emotions so that you can logically, right, lead them to what you want to help them to reach that desired result. So remember, right, don't go into a friend mode with this person. Yeah, you'll be sucked into the story one. I have been encountering a lot of people who are sharing me, oh, their business are actually very bad. The last 2 months, they are not in business because the circuit breaker, etc. Right? As much as I can empathize with this person, just imagine if I got sucked into their story, right? Then do you know what what might happen? I might just say, okay, I understand. Maybe it's not, you're not ready for this thing. So yeah, no problem. Maybe 3 months later, 6 months later, when your business recover, then you can look for me. But the thing is that, will the business just recover in 3 or 6 months or not if I don't lead this person to do the right thing? So you have to remember, never get sucked into the story. You have to be logical and detach yourself from it so that you can lead this person or your prospect to the right decision. Okay, so talent can only take you here, but with consistent action, right, it can take you very far in life. So for those people who join later, right, I'm wearing this t-shirt, right, if you can dream, you can do it. So the action about, I mean, like in terms of marketing, in terms of sales or closing, right, is everything in the action, is in the doing. So if you are just thinking about it, right, you will never master this thing. So mastery is doing things repeatedly for many times, and all master was once a disaster. So with this, I hope that this thing will be something that's actually fruitful for you. And I would like to end off with this quote by Tony Robbins. Okay, it's a beautiful quote. The only thing that is keeping you from getting what you want are the stories that you tell yourself about why you can't have it. So with this, I would like to end off my sharing, and thank you so much, Mel.
Oh, thanks, man. That was amazing, man. I mean, I learned a lot. And guys, if you guys are listening to this right now, can you just smash that heart button, please, for me? Okay, I'm gonna give you some hearts, man, because it's really really, you know, like insightful. Like all of you, there you go. Okay, now we've got all the hearts flying around. Okay, so it was really insightful because of the fact that, you know, the two of us, right? Like you run your own agency, I have my own agency, and I think we need clients who sometimes tell themselves stories that, you know, in actual fact, that's not really the truth. It's just that, you know, like they are either on the fence, they're not very sure, or they've been bitten once. So therefore, when you come over, there you go, you're getting all the hearts. Yeah. So So it was really, really insightful to hear, like, your approach. And I think I want to make this now about the audience. So, guys, if you guys have any questions, now it's going to be like quick fire questions for the next 5 minutes before we wrap this up. So I'll give you some time. Think of what you want to ask Joseph, okay? And then shoot your questions before we can actually wrap this whole thing up. I think it's been an amazing session. I mean, I learned so much just within like half an hour. And now I'm going to remember position and permission. Yeah, these are two things. Yeah, so see, it's not persuasion. now
that is also equally important, yeah.
Correct. And I think that one is something that you specialize in, and something that they get a lot of people listening in right now. If you guys really want to master the art of persuasion, because that is the key, especially when you want to go out there and market or you want to sell your services, right? Joseph is the guy to go to, okay? And I'm going to drop his link later on. But before that, I want you guys to actually drop some questions for him, because this is the best time to be asking him. Like, after this, catching him is going to be a little bit difficult. Like, so I am really appreciative because he took the time and effort. Guys, it's like 10 p.m. and like 9:30 to 10, he was sitting here and he just had a big ass, don't mind the language, big ass he had a big ass presentation today for the whole day. So that he's tired, but he still came on here, high energy, guys. So give him all the love that you can, all the support that you can. And, if you have any questions, oh, wait, I think we have some questions. Do you see that? Yeah, there we go. We've got some questions. Okay, so Daniel's asking you, right, bro? Does it work with brick and mortar businesses?
Okay, so Daniel, thank you for your comment earlier. Say very well said. I think all this appreciation really warmed my heart. Thank you, Stefan, for sharing that great sharing, high value. Thank you so much. All right, so answer back to Daniel Chu, right? Does it work for brick and mortar business? Do you mind to give me the specific business? Because brick and mortar, there are many things. So it could be shopping retail, it could be even like tuition center. So there's actually a lot of things. So I need to know exactly. But of course, if you are talking about this position and permission and closing, right, of course, it will not be FMCG, fast-moving consumer goods, or like items that you can actually buy from shopping malls or retail outlets. Because this doesn't require this closing or profit speaking skill unless you're selling to all the venture capitalists to invest into your business. Yeah, restaurant.
Yeah, F&B. He's in F&B.
F&B, okay. So F&B, of course, if you're talking about B2C, right? I think in terms of profit speaking, may not be as applicable. But of course, if you are talking about restaurant, if you are talking about you want to actually sell to more investor in terms of franchise, or you want to actually get your vendors or supplier, you can actually use the profit speaking method. So I just want to share with you one example, right? Okay, profit speaking actually works in 3 areas. One area is that it actually helps you to attract market. Market means that your customers. Okay, it actually helps you to attract talents. That's what we do for our company. So like my company has actually, I have a partnership with 3 more partners. We actually started a business in March last year. Okay, and within 1 year we have 19 staff. So we use the profit method to actually recruit talents into our company. So like we don't do one-to-one, those kind of HR interview. We do one to masses, 1 to 20 over people, and then out of the 20 over people, right, we choose the people who we find the best fit. So this is actually a recruitment of talent. And then the last one, as mentioned, right, if you are looking for vendors, you are looking for suppliers, you are looking for investor, this work for that. So of course, I'm talking about presentation, communication, and persuasion. So I hope this helps you. Okay.
And then
any other question?
Yeah, Stefan has a really big one, man. Like he's in a business where automatically he has the position. Now he wants to find out how can he enhance the permission in, like, say, for example, building rapport faster.
All right, so Stefan, so you have the position already good. That means you are someone that is having the credential already. People recognize you for who you are. So how do you actually get the permission? So you just think in this area where, let's say, for example, this person meet you for the first time. You want to build this rapport with this person by having the kind of empathy. That means to first start to understand what are some of the common grounds that you all have. Okay, so it could be that you are focusing on, because I'm not too sure what business, maybe you can share with me your business, then it's easier for me to relate. All right, so let's say I make an assumption. So like both of you are actually into health and wellness. So if you can actually establish this connection, right, or this common interest, you will be able to build rapport faster. And how do you actually build rapport is that if you are a live example of what you are advocating, it will be best. So like one of my good friend over here, she's Vanessa. Vanessa is actually a health transformation coach. So she has been there, done that. Yeah, she's like previously in a bad shape, and then she actually total went through the transformation and slimmed down and get herself into the pink of health. So if you can share your story, your vulnerability, right, people will be able to know you, trust you faster. So this is about the rapport building. And of course, as mentioned, right, it's not a one way. Yeah, you got to understand this person, what is the pain points, challenges, or the desire that this person want to achieve also. So I hope Driving Academy.
Yeah.
So okay, I hope that you can actually vicariously use what I've shared with you also. So firstly, to share about yourself, and then secondly is actually to get the person to share with you more about him. So as long as the rapport is there, he's comfortable with you, right? You straight away will have the permission already. Yeah. So is there any other questions?
Yes, we've got time for one last question before I drop Joseph's link here so that you guys can actually personally connect with him. And I would really highly recommend you to do so, because if you have any more questions, just shoot it at him. He's someone who's very approachable and somebody who's very down to earth. The very first time I met him, the very first thing that he told me was, "Bro, I want to grow up to be like you." So I still remember that.
Yes.
And I'm like, I'm not sure which part of you wants to grow up to be like me, but okay. I guess. So, okay, let's have one last question. Do you guys have any? Okay, so Stefan says empathy, yeah, okay.
So
he understands it.
Sean has a question, right? Sean say,
I don't know whether that's a question.
I think that's not a question. That's a question. Yeah.
It's a statement. So I'm not sure, Sean. Maybe you want to clarify that if that's a question, because you say it could be painting services, interior design as well. So maybe you might want to double check.
Yeah. So I think in terms of like do you okay, Daniel asked this question, do you still focus on the naysayer or just give up? Why must we focus on the naysayer? So you see, when you are actually doing anything, right, there's always the two sides of the coin. There are people who love you, like you, trust you. There are people who don't like you, people that hate you. Those people are haters. Okay, be it whether you are a public figure like the presidents, or you are a minister, or even if you're a celebrity or influencer, there are always people who loves you and hate you. Okay, because when you put your face out there, right, as long as there are more than two people that can see you, okay, which everyone is. So definitely you will attract people who like you and people who dislike you. So Daniel, to answer to you, right, is that I will strongly encourage you, right, to be with the people of the like-mindedness. That means, right, let's say, for example, if you are someone that actually are very positive, or people who are, always motivated to get the best out or best version of yourself, right, stay with these people, because the like attract the like. So when you are with these people who you are very aligned with, you will be able to grow from there. And of course, how you can grow from there is always to aim higher. Like for example, if let's say today you can actually hit this milestone already, tomorrow aim higher. So every day, right, I always tell myself I must improve a little bit by a little bit every day. So I don't stay stagnant, yeah. If I stay stagnant, then jialat already. Same like business lah, same like our saving, right, same like our assets. So similarly to this. So don't focus on naysayer, focus on people who believes you, trust you, and you provide a lot of value for these people.
Correct. Yeah. I think, okay, so Sean, I think he clarified here. He was asking, like, he was referring to brick and mortar, like some examples are painting services or interior design. How do they sell among many others in a crowded market? Oh my God, I love that question, because that's like selling the red ocean, which is my favorite thing to do, as you can see from the color red. But okay, that's a different episode for a different day. But nonetheless, what's your take, though?
Okay, so I'll just make it quick one, yeah.
Sure,
okay.
Yeah.
So like okay, so for painting services or interior design, right? So very nicely that currently, right, Hyperfame Digital, we are focusing on interior designers. So we understand that the market is actually very saturated, right? However, of course, the pre-qualification process, right, for us is, of course, we want to use media to reach out to the traffic, and then to use actually a funnel to build that in. So that aside, that's actually the other topic. So today stick closely to the sales, the communication, the persuasion, right? When you are someone that's offering a high ticket services like interior designer, right? Let's say talk about HDB or even condos, right? At least minimally will be average about 50,000 kind of project size. So how do you differentiate yourself from other competitors? Again, share about your story. Why are you in this line? You know, share like you see. Let's say for example, no one come to become a business owner or entrepreneur out of nothing. You must have your why. So like one of my friend, right, his name is called Aaron. He's actually the owner for this ID interior design, right. He actually started off his business 2 years ago. So like when we actually interview him and ask him what is his why, he shared that for the last 6 years he's actually working for this company that they are promising the sky, but after that they actually they need to charge higher. There's some hidden costs, and then there's actually a copy and paste kind of design, right, to make it more cookie cutter. So he don't like that because he's a designer. He's a, let's say for example, artist. Artist, I don't want to copy and paste, right? So that's actually his why. He want to come out and really bring value to homeowners because he know that people buy their own house land. So of course they must be very happy to stay in it, right? So he want to create that dream home concept for them, right? Without breaking a bank. So that's actually his why and his mission because he has bad experiences with the previous company, and now with his mission, he wants to be able to value add to people who own their new home. Okay, so that is his why. So imagine, right, at the start, if he share a little bit about this, right, then people will understand and resonate with him. That's where it comes to the rapport building also. But of course, I didn't don't go very, very long lah. You can share a little bit in the intro parts. That's good. Or let's say, for example, in the middle part, if you find a ground where you can actually insert and share about your mission on why you are doing this, it will also help you to bring the rapport. So when people know you in this area, right, they will give you more permission to share. Yeah. So again, back to position and permission. So I hope this answer your question, Sean.
I think that was you kind of put it all very succinctly and very beautifully. In fact, Sean, if you want to find out a little bit more, you can connect with Joseph. I'm going to actually drop his link right now, or you can simply ask me because this is something which, when you create offers and stuff like that, especially when it comes to creating offers, this is where it's the best place to actually drop an offer to stand out in the red ocean. So without further ado, if you guys want to connect with the superstar, I'm just going to flash it there. There you go. Okay, so go onto Facebook, search for Joseph Go. Okay, this is what you have to see. Okay, guys, this is a picture that you guys will have to see. All right, it's of course not the whole Facebook cover because, as you know, StreamYard has a certain limitation to it. So this is it. All right, so once you go there, add him up. He's more than happy to actually speak to you. And yeah, I really appreciate you, man, for taking time out of your schedule and coming down here to actually, share all of this on the timeline. And I think a lot of people, they're flooding you with hearts right now. So that's a good thing.
Thank you so much. Okay.
I'm going to flood you with a few more hearts as well. And of course, yes. So for you guys who are watching right now, if you guys are aspiring entrepreneurs, or you guys are entrepreneurs who are stuck, right? I've got a Facebook group. I'm just going to flash that right away before I wrap this up. This is the Facebook group right here. Okay. The link is there. Okay. I'll leave it there for a while. So if you guys are stuck and you want to figure out, okay, how is it that you can actually go out there and get something running right away? Okay. So myself, Joseph, and a couple of other guests that are coming on board in the coming weeks, all of us have actually gone through a foundational training, which actually gives us the skills that we now have. So Joseph and I, we kind of speak the same language when it comes to marketing, right? And it's because of all of these foundational trainings that we're able to do the things that we're doing today. Pandemic, no pandemic whatsoever, we are still there, we're still moving, we're still adapting. So if you guys want to pick up that skill, okay, this is one group that you guys can join and check out. Okay, so just join the group and do one thing. Okay, guys, answer all the 3 questions before the system can approve you, because I have some people answering 1 or 2 questions and then they're wondering, well, how come I can't go in? And the reason is because you guys didn't answer all the 3 questions. I need the 3 questions to be answered so that I can set the approval to yes. Okay, so nonetheless, let's come back here. So thank you so much, Joseph. I hope that you guys can connect with him. Okay, this was really an amazing session. And I think, yes, we definitely ran over time, but there is so much, there's so much value here, bro. And really, really, I do appreciate it. And you know what? Yeah, I'm looking forward for the time where the 2 of us can sit down and have ice cream, because I think we still owe each other that hang out session, right? So yeah, so what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to end the broadcast. Maybe just stay around for a while. Okay, for the rest of you guys, I want you guys to say bye to Joseph. Okay, Joseph,
thank you so much, Belle, for the invitation. And of course, I just want to share this last word with you is that remember, everything is in the action and in the doing. Yeah, so have to implement it, whatever you have learned. So again for Val Facebook group, join in, learn as much as him, and take action and implement it so you will be able to benefit the most out of it. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, bro. Much appreciated. Okay, I'll see you guys next week for another session. And next week, I think, Joseph, you got your partner coming on board. So that'll be quite fun. Okay,
Yes.
He has no idea what he's going to talk about yet, but nonetheless, I'm going to squeeze it out of him tomorrow over the weekends. Okay, and it's going to be a very interesting session because he's got some very different insights and very different style from you. So all of you guys here who are tuning in right now, be sure to set your calendars. I'm going to send the EDM out very soon. Okay, next week you'll get the reminder notice. Tune in as well because his partner is a powerhouse behind the scenes. He doesn't like to come out in front. I had to really coax it out of him until he said, okay, no problem. So yes, I'm very appreciative of that. So nonetheless, guys, have a good night, stay safe, and I'll talk to you guys soon.
Good night.